I like couldn't focus, so I have to smoke after. So, but anyway, it gets me out of it gets me it just makes my mind go it's like so many different directions. Um, bear with
I
me,
think
I'm a little
trust me
short.
on that. Ooh,
Yeah.
last night, Cashman, his mind was going.
Yo, dog.
So
I went flying last night on them fucking shrooms, man. Woo.
Seeing way too many colors.
I almost met fucking Jesus last night. What do you mean?
Oh
I started
man, I
painting another high nine picture, but it was kind of a dud. But I can go back and work on it a little bit more. But the whole size isn't right. But it's one of those.
I don't know. I
that's
still like it,
It's
man.
a little thing of fruit. Sometimes I have duds. Sometimes I'll paint something and it just like turns into crap, and I'm like, ah. So it's all self taught. But it's like, oh, where do I start? So yeah, I haven't painted in like 20 years. I just started painting like a year ago.
really
Really?
The whole 20 years has just been like nothing. And I've tried various jobs. I've done like EMT, dental assistant, tattoo artist. Um,
so I can definitely see you as a tattoo artist. Um,
Definitely.
I did that for a short while, and then the guy that was teaching me, he was an incredible artist, but he was I got a lot of hazing.
mm,
They gave me a real hard time.
Yeah.
Like I had like the worst. I don't know if this is related, but it just seemed a little inconveniently convenient that my car was stolen around that time when I was taking on
Jesus.
this apprenticeship, and I had to like walk 6.5 miles to work, and then um, I had to like start over, and then my tattoo machine was stolen, and then so I decided, oh, this was a really shitty year. This was like 2011. My car got stolen, all this drama, really bad treatment from the tattoo shop. So I decided to move to Florida. So I packed up. I had gotten like a buy here, pay here car. It's just
Sure.
an old beat up Volkswagen. And then I drove down to Florida and just started over there. And I lived there for almost 12, yeah, a little over 10 years actually. 10, 11 years.
In what part of Florida? You don't have to totally give it away, just out of
Oh,
curiosity.
Sarasota.
Ah, that's what.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was Spring Hill, Claremont, and for a little bit Winter Garden, just
Winter Garden, that sounds familiar.
kind of all around that area.
Mhm.
Um, Central and just a little bit north of Tampa when I was in Spring Hill. Um, investigator. He's from Sarasota, but he also lived in Minnesota too. So don't let him fool you. Um, that's the producer off stage there.
Yeah,
Man,
Um,
listen, I've only ever lived in shitty ass Ohio.
so just real
I like
quick,
Ohio.
I do want to just shout
They're
out the people who came right back as I don't know if it was X that glitched, our streaming software that glitched, whatever. Apparently, we're back live though. We were only gone for like 2, 3 seconds, but
You're
for those of
welcome.
you who are still here, all right. Sh-
still here.
Thank you for still being here with us. Um,
Yeah. Sorry if my chair is really loud. All I could find was
No,
a.
oh, who cares?
you're fine. I normally have the squeaky chair.
Honestly, I need to get my setup looking like hers. That is way, way more professional than what I got going on. But that's a whole thing. If you don't mind, um, let's dig into the EMT career. I don't want to say that's surprising, but
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that not everybody gets a little bit of a understanding of or has a any idea about. Personally, I did a little bit of EMT work in the military, and I only did it long enough to go through the training, went to the burn unit, talked to a bunch of people that were fresh over, from going to Afghanistan, Iraq, and they terrible burns. And I said, look, I can't do this job. Is there anything else I can do? There's no way I can possibly be a part of this. And that's how I became a night vision goggle repairman in the Army. So,
Shit, that's
um,
impressive. I'd take that over the EMC,
yeah,
definitely.
there was no way I was doing that. But
Yeah. Wow,
just,
that's impressive.
you don't give us all your trauma stories because
Oh
I know
no,
that job can be tough, but
I have some funny ones. Not a lot of them. I wasn't an EMT for a long time, but maybe just a few short years. But it, I should have stuck with it. I don't know. A part of me kind of wishes I stuck with it, but I don't know. Maybe it wasn't the right time. I was either too late in my life or just the wrong time. But
Mm.
you know, I should have stuck with it. But then again, I don't know. It comes with a lot of stuff that you might take home with you, and I tend to be somebody that wears their feelings on their sleeve. So I'd probably be one of those people who would take that shit home.
Yeah,
but um,
it's not
but
something I could do today.
yeah. And, but I had one like crazy thing. If here's one thing I'm like kind of like I don't know if I'm like all over the place. I probably am, but I have when I was in Florida. The reason why I came back to Connecticut, I'm in Connecticut now. It's for a couple of reasons. Um, so I was working at Lowe's, this hardware store. I worked there for like a long time. I know it's crazy. I went from like really good jobs to like a really well, not a bad job, but just
Life
life
is
there and
life.
there. But so I was a long-term employee at Lowe's in the paint department, and this this random kid that worked on the night shift came up to me and said, um, I don't want to get all crazy into it, but anyway, this kid started like harassing me and stalking me at work, and
Mm.
then off the clock. Then it turned into like off the clock thing. So I go up to my boss, and then this is like the one thing I dreaded to do because if you go into HR, they're not your friend. Most of the time, they're not your friend.
HR never been my friend.
They're trying to focus on their job, their company, and the best how they look, and and anyway, worst came to worst, the stalking and the harassment and the bullying and the threats escalated. Next thing I know, Lowe's terminates me and fires me. So I set up a lawsuit, and
Jesus.
then this is something I would never imagine doing. So I ended up having a lawsuit against Lowe's, and then I had to get a restraining order, a protective order against the kid. And still to this day, it's been almost 4 years. He still cyber stalks me. Sometimes like, is this guy ever gonna go away? So a big part of the reason why I paint so much is it just seems to like get me away from all the bullshit.
No.
It gets me away from all the bullshit, and I really like painting. So those are the two things. I love painting. It just gets me away, takes me in a different place. And just got so tired of being scared of the guy. Like so that's why recently when I went on X, I just started to come back out of. I'm slowly now getting out of my shell, and I think this platform X has been like medicine for me to like come back again and learn how to trust. It's been crazy, but it's been really good. So
I totally I get exactly what you're saying. Um, there's many times that I personally utilize X just to kind of like I don't want to say work on my communication skills, but yeah, that's
yeah,
there's a lot of times I do because just the way that I talk to people, I don't have to give you a response right away. where in real life, people expect that real life response, or, you know, I don't have to give them the emotion that they expect right away. I can take a second on X to give a little bit of thought process. And I've been exposed to a lot of trauma myself with, just being in Iraq, my childhood, all that stuff.
Wow.
Sometimes, it takes me a second to process things and just give a genuine organic response because I'm not in the state of mind to provide that. And I don't I don't know how to describe that, but like that's where my anxiety came from originally. And it took a long time to get over that.
Yeah.
I'm still not totally over it. I hate going to the grocery store or anywhere where there's more than 20, 30 people. Just- ugh. And
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
but here I am on a podcast. As minimal as it is, we're growing slowly, but
Yeah.
I always like to give a little bit of credit to X because if it wasn't for just that stupid platform and the ability to connect with others, I wouldn't be here
Right.
with Cash Man talking to you. So um,
Likewise. Yeah.
that's
I've come a long way. Like I mean I wasn't like I'm just really glad that I'm like finally kind of coming back to me, to my old self again. So I didn't think, and I don't know. And
I mean, it's incredible you took time to put your face out here after explaining your story and your journey as well. Um, I just want to touch on that. I don't maybe you don't want to go into it too much, but I just
no,
want to say
yeah,
that
of course.
takes a lot of strength um, to share that and to be here.
Yeah.
So uh,
I'm glad to be here. Like,
oh goodness.
you know, so I may be a little shy, but I usually warm up. But
So out of your paintings, which has been the most favorite painting you've painted so far?
oh, that's a good question. Oh, my favorite one. Oh, the Elon Musk skate deck one. This one.
Oh yeah, I remember
Mm,
that one. That's
That one.
badass.
This one is like I think I might cry if I sell it. If I don't, then I get to keep it. But if I
dang.
do, I might cry because I really love this one.
Somebody real
Totally
quick
winged it.
in the if you're watching this, quote tweet it, hit the Elon Musk tag him, tell him to buy that from her so that she can cry only with tears of joy as he gives her $50 million or something fucking stupid.
That'd be awesome.
I hope he does.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I've seen. You see, that's the other thing. It's like you ever hear the starving artist. Um,
Give me a
I
Cybertruck at least.
I bust my ass, and I know I still have a lot of work to do to improve, a lot of things to learn. But I've seen some not. I mean, it's just my opinion. But I've seen not so great art that sells for oh god,
Oh,
like a boatload of money. Like one of them was just somebody. It looked like somebody had gone to a hardware store and just painted the wall blue with a roller and sold it for like $45 million. Was it 44 million? Anyway, it was ridiculous. And I guess maybe that's jealousy. Um, but I can't I can't seem to understand how some art can be sold for so much when you don't see that effort being put into it. But then again, hey,
I have never
I don't
understood
know how
the
that whole thing goes, but
I've
uh,
never understood that.
me neither. And
It's
people that
just
are like doing some fucked up shit, like throwing paint on it and just, well, here I used a string and I did this thing and the pendulum and it's just like, yeah, it's cool. But wow, I want to know how they make so much money doing that. I don't know, but I love
well,
what I do. So
I think you just gotta raise your prices.
uh, yeah, maybe I should. Joe Alderman, he's like I was in Florida. I was taking like a short vacation, and he's like, "What the fuck?" I go, "What do you mean, what the fuck?" He goes, "I'm gonna give you 400."
Well,
Like, whoa, like that's a lot more than I asked for like 175 or what was it, something like something. I don't remember what I asked for, but he said, you know you shouldn't price it so low. I'm like, all right, I
well,
don't,
that's your second person telling me that now.
but I know that's one thing I'm terrible at is like prices. Like, if I could, I would just give it away. That's the way I'd like to do it. It's just more fun that way.
There's a lot of beauty in that.
Just
I
feel better.
certainly understand that. I
Yeah.
work with a guy like that. He's the producer off stage. Love him. He's a great guy. He doesn't want to ask anybody for anything, but that's his worst enemy is that he sometimes doesn't want to just admit like, hey, I'm worth this. And
Mhm.
I try to push it out of him all the time, just like, no, man. And maybe that's a little bit of, where Giorgio came from. But Giorgio is always, secretly me anyway. I think we all know that.
Everybody like to make a little bit of
But
money.
Yeah.
sometimes
It
you have to go a
always
little
cheers me
over
up
the
when I see
top.
your character.
You have to be a little bit over the top sometimes, in my opinion. Just um, don't take advantage of people, folks. That's not what I'm saying. But you have to have self-confidence, self-pride, um, a little bit of narcissism. Be a little tiny narcissist. Love yourself enough so that somebody else hates you. Not like where they're like, oh, I need to tear this person down. They're such an evil person. But make them a little bit jealous. Inspire them to be better. Just you need to be better too. And it doesn't really matter how, but just put yourself out there. Take a little bit of appreciation for your own time, effort into things, and don't be scared to ask for a raise or in your case over there if you're putting what you think is $300-400 of effort into something 500, I don't know how any of these art things work. You could
Me too.
probably
It's
tell
like,
somebody
uh,
you know
yeah.
I don't know, I'm not going to tell you how to do it.
No, no, you're fine. What are you drinking there? What is that?
Oh well, I'm waiting on my next high nine shipment.
Oh, actually,
um
I have a high nine actually in the
but
fridge.
I
I
got my
might go get
Arizona.
one. That
I
stuff is
wish I
good.
had one. I love them things.
If I could give you one right through this screen, I would. I have a whole case in the fridge.
That's what we got to do.
I love it. I gotta say, um, I like how there's no bad aftertaste. I'm
Hmm.
like you can mix it with anything. Like I mix it with some rum. Tasted fantastic.
That is a
Tasted
great idea.
fantastic. Mwah.
I did the blackberry with whiskey. That was just fine. uh,
Hmm.
Rum, that's a great idea.
Oh, it tastes so
That
delicious. So good.
What
So
up, B Trader?
your character Brenda, that's all there.
Oh, Brenda.
it's
There's
the
a short clip of you. You're at the kitchen sink, and you're like, "Fuck that bitch" or something. And you said something like that, and you just like flipped your hair, and I'm like, I'm dying. It's awesome. I
at
love
some
that.
point
That's the
I
humor that I
That
grew up with.
skank bitch, Brenda.
at some
Oh
point I'm gonna take Brenda into the city and I'm gonna have
my
people look at me weird and
it's gonna
try
be
to
awesome.
get the selfie stick with and just it yeah. um I'm trying to give the character time to develop and people
Yeah.
to know what's happening, but it'll, we'll get there over time. Also it's cold out right now where I live, so I don't want to do that. So we'll wait till
You
summertime.
put like balloons in there.
I have tiny basketballs. I'm a
Ah.
little kid. Arcade basketball.
Right. No, that's awesome.
five
When I was
dollars
a
on the
kid, I
prop.
used to take water balloons, put them
Hey,
put
Big
them
A
in
says Brenda
my
is hot.
I'm surprised that more people aren't totally offended by it. Just absurdly directly offended. And if they are,
It
they
shouldn't.
haven't said it. Like,
I
and
don't.
that's nice.
I don't. I don't know why they would be.
If you were offended by Brenda, then you are
I,
softer than a
Oh,
warmed up jelly bean.
well,
right.
that's my. But
Like I
people
don't
are
know
cynical.
how they
But
could
then
be that.
again, I think I have everybody who already hates me has already blocked me by now, so I'm probably good. I
No,
think.
I'm pretty sure I get blocked
They're
at
missing
least
out.
once a day.
And you know what? I think secretly they love it anyway. They just don't know how. They just don't
Yeah.
know. They don't know how to embrace that. I don't know. It's just, like, how do you not grow up with comedy? Like I grew up with like MTV. I grew up with like Saturday Night Live, Ace Ventura,
Oh yeah, that's
Pee Wee Herman. Yeah, big. Yeah, all those like funny movies and stuff. And
that's
Cosmic
basically
says know your value and then double it.
keep comedy alive. Don't let it.
yes. Let's keep comedy alive. Let least say that over and over again. Jesus Christ, I am so tired of. I don't want to get on my high horse here, but this PC culture of the perfectionism and everybody has to be positive and just full of bullshit. I am so tired of it. Just
What was the name
that's
of
not
that
real
movie?
life.
What's the name of that movie? Fuck. What's the name of it? It's Sylvester Stallone, and it's like in the future, and it has this. It's this really fucked up future where everybody has like this happy joy. Oh, you
Talking about
can't.
RoboCop.
Close. It was fuck. Not RoboCop. Very close, but Sylvester Stallone. Um,
Mm.
fuck.
I have no clue.
But it's a futuristic movie. He wakes up from being like frozen or something, and he's like 150 years into the future or something like that. And the whole world is just, you turn on the radio station, and it's like children's music. It's like, yay, happy joy, and it's like, what the fuck? Uh, it's like no humor was allowed. This was illegal. Salt was illegal. All kinds of, making love was illegal. Everything had to be like, uh, you know, everything had to be done in a different sort of like a scientific way. Like you can't enjoy anything, and I don't want life to be like that. I don't want people to forget what it's like to laugh.
Crimson Ghost in the chat says Demolition Man, and I
Demolition
feel
Man.
like that might have been it.
I think
Like
that's it.
Big
what
A
a
also
horrible
That's a
premise.
said
good movie.
Demolition Man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what a horrible premise. Like no no sex. Let's calm
yeah. No,
down on
sex,
this.
you can't. I don't know. It's just
Ugh,
Well, I mean, I'm kind of used to that.
Taco
yeah,
Bell
well,
turned into a fucking fancy restaurant. And shit.
man.
Oh, by the way, I can swear and smoke on here, right?
Um,
You can do whatever the fuck you want on this show.
we're trying to keep Bill Gates to a minimum as
Okay.
of recent.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Um,
'Cause I swear.
outside of that,
Okay.
um,
Go
I
ahead.
don't really support China. But with YouTube, uh, I can't really say
Oh,
It
gotcha.
just depends
right.
if Dale gets on here or not.
Right. But then those are jokes. So mm, yeah, say whatever you want.
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay. I'm just a nerd anyway. I'm just a harmless nerd.
Um, so with High Nine there, um, just out of curiosity, are you sponsored with them now at this point too?
I don't. I think so. They sent me a message.
I'm
They.
looking to get into your business
I.
like that.
I think so.
Well, perfect. I was just curious, if you're a
Uh,
part of the official team with
I. bel-
us, with them,
I
whatever.
think so. I'm sending this painting to them. What's his last name? France. I forgot his first name, but I'm gonna send it to him. I gotta let it dry, so it's almost.
Mm,
Gotta give it a few more days, but I'm gonna send it to him. Should get there before Christmas. Um,
that's awesome.
and then yeah, that would be cool. I mean, I'd be honored if they did.
If
Um,
not, he totally should. I'll say it right now. He
I would love
totally
to.
should.
I would love to. I love high nine. I'll paint lots of pictures too. I'll like high nine the shit out of it.
Boom.
So yeah,
Plug.
I'll give it away. That's the kind of stuff I would just here you go take. So
That's. I feel like that might be a good option there.
yeah,
Because
it's really
it
it's
would be.
nice and mellow and like it doesn't it's like it doesn't put me over the top. It's nice and mellow and I'm actually able to focus and like it relaxes my shoulders. It's like I worked 24 hours on that the other day straight. No sleep. I was a nut. It's crazy. Work straight on. My fiance came home in the morning. He was working a 24-hour shift. He came home and did you go to sleep? Nope. Still in the studio painting.
Yes.
I gotta sleep more though. So it's like probably one big issue I have is like I'm not sleeping enough.
Sleep
I
is
mean,
important.
yeah, let's say 24 hours. Jesus Christ. I
Yeah.
haven't done one of those in a couple of years now. I hope I don't have to do one of those again.
Yeah.
But
But it was weird though. It's like I'm painting it and I'm like, oh, I should be going to bed, but didn't even feel tired. It's weird. I was jamming.
let's here real quick.
So who can watch this video? Can they? Is this through X and or just on YouTube?
Oh shoot, we're on X, YouTube, Twitch, Party. Is that
Damn.
what we're on that Party now? I don't know what that
Cool.
Party is.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Um,
On several platforms now.
Nice.
but I guess before we quick start to transition over here a little bit, Caspian, you are now smoking on the Grower Coalition. Sorry, we got to drop a plug here. Um, we
Shit's
both
good
just
as
got
fuck.
our packages. And what one did you try today? I believe you were on the tropical cherry. I don't fucking know.
Tropical cherry and wedding cake, I think is what I got today rolled up. That's fucking primo. You know, when it's gotta come vacuum sealed like 6 times in a box to your house, you know that shit's stanky.
And again, if you weren't here last night with us, do not call the police on us, because this is not the THCA. This is weed. This is just real weed. So if you want them, our producer's going to be dropping the Grower Coalition at hopefully in a couple seconds because he's totally paying attention right now. Make
Absolutely.
sure you go and hit up Grower Coalition in the DMs. Boom, he's totally paying attention. And when you're in the DMs with them, tell them higher values sent you, and that'll help save you a couple bucks on your order.
Okay.
Look, but no, that is crazy. What a cool world we live in. You just hit up somebody's DMs, they send you marijuana right through the mail. I, I love this country.
Me too.
And
It's definitely not
goodness.
bad.
So you said you, you had 20 years basically of no painting. Um, you don't need to tell us how old you are. I'm not going to be rude.
Oh,
Um,
I even forgot my own age.
um,
Last year,
but I'm
I was a
assuming as
year
a
older than I
kid,
thought I was. I'm turning 43. Turning 43.
well, nobody believes that, but all right. So
Nobody
when
believes
you
that.
were when you were painting before, um, where was your original inspiration from, if you don't mind?
Elon
Like
Musk. Elon Musk and Nikola Tesla. Like I'm a big nerd with them. Yeah, so it started out with Nikola Tesla in 2015. I didn't even know who actually, it's crazy. Growing up in school, I did move a lot, but every subject I happened to be in, I don't recall learning about Nikola Tesla growing up until much, much longer in my life, much later in my life, um, this lady pulls up in a Tesla in the park in the gas station. I'm like, the hell kind of car is that? What is that? Never seen it before. First time. Oh, it's a Tesla. And then I typed up Tesla, and then that's when I learned about Nikola Tesla.
Mm.
And then like the Electric Messiah, I learned all about him. Then after that, then I learned about why the car was named Tesla. And then it just kind of went on from there. And then I found out, Elon Musk, because like he's a glitch in the matrix. Um, just keeps he just keeps on going. You know, he's got so many. It's just so many people will call him crazy, and he just kept on going with his vision. And he had this dream to reawaken space exploration again. I mean, that's the stuff I love growing up when I was a kid. I would dream about, but it wasn't as popular. Not that many people in my life were that interested in it. But it's really nice to see this again. And that's what makes me excited. And that's probably why I painted like so many paintings of Elon Musk. I got Elon Musk over there. I sold. Now there's another one there. I got that one there. I gave many others away. I got skate decks of Elon Musk, Starship everywhere. It's crazy.
I'm
Look at some. Why do you
this
like
is
Elon Musk? I'm like, because he's a badass. That's why.
I mean, and just you brought up a good point. 20 years ago,
Yeah.
if you were thinking about space or space exploration, you were a nerd, you were a total geek. Nobody cared. Um, and it's all been kind of revolution. Jesus Christ, whatever. The
Revolution.
game has changed. You're almost appreciated for knowledge and intellect now, whereas 20, 30 years ago, it was just whatever. Get out of here, nerd.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
and
Now nerds are cool.
so
Then I mean, before nerds, you know, were maybe not. It's not that they weren't cool, but they have a different light on them now. That's different.
right,
A different kind of respect, and it's yeah. That's what makes me excited for the future. It's like work really hard. Life shouldn't just be about solving problems. You know,
that's a great
there's got
point.
to be something you want to wake up in the morning and feel excited for, and that's what I feel excited for. So I'm gonna see the Starship launch next month.
Yeah,
Or is it? No, not next month. And it's in January 11th. If it doesn't change, hopefully it doesn't. But I can't wait to see it. I saw Falcon 9 once when I was in Florida. It was
off of what
incredible.
was that, Cape Canaveral there? Yeah,
Yeah, it was
those are
like,
cool.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen one, but it's like thunder in your chest.
Hmm.
Um, it's like the biggest, loudest thunder you could feel through your body. It's incredible.
Yeah, it was
That was
able
amazing.
to watch one where they got to go to. I think they were just going to the International Space Station or something. I don't know what the heck they were doing. But I got to see a rocket launch, and that was probably one of the most intense feelings that I can honestly say I've had when you're that close to it, and just the absorbing the magnitude of what's happening. That's incredible. The force. It's just you can really feel like them pushing off the earth.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Um, if you haven't experienced it, you got to take time out of your life. In my opinion, that's a whole experience in itself.
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
I've never seen any cool shit like that, guys. So
Oh man, you ever been to an air show?
No, always wanted to though.
Oh man,
That'd
when you
be
see the
nice.
planes do the zooms and the fuck,
Oh
that's
shit. Only in
that's
videos.
almost as cool. That's almost as cool. Yeah, I'm surprised Cashman ain't seen one of those. Man, you can get outside more. Jesus.
bro, there's people out there.
Yeah, go stand at like sun. Wear some sunglasses.
No, because anytime I do that, somebody gotta come stand right the fuck beside me, and there's all
Oh
this other
yeah.
room, and somebody gotta stand right fucking beside me. Why?
That's true.
I usually have bad luck on airplanes. I like to drive instead.
Yeah.
But I always sit next to somebody that's either like really bad BO or someone that's just like flatulence up the wazoo. And I was like,
Yeah.
never get a damn window seat. Like, get me the fuck out of here. I was pretty scared. Actually, the last time I flew, I thought we were gonna crash. We were in midair. We still had like 20 minutes until landing, and the women that were working on the airplane, they were what's the matter with my head today? I heard her say to her coworker, she's like, "There's smoke," and so they run to the front of the cockpit, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" Everyone on the plane was like, "What the fuck?" at each other, "What the fuck?" And this lady, she comes running up to the front, and there's smoke, and I'm like, "Oh fuck, we're gonna die." Somebody was vaping on there, and I was like, "Oh god, thank God."
I would have been fucking
I don't want to
tripping.
die like that, man. I don't want to die. Not like that. It'd be a terrible way to go.
I mean, with everything that's happened in the last 2-3 years with the Boeings and all them things,
Oh
like
yeah.
I don't
I
think I'm
die.
getting
Fuck
on a
this.
plane in like 6 months to a year, 3 years. I don't. I'm not making any immediate plans.
I'm not going anywhere that I can't drive.
That's how I feel. I prefer driving. I love driving. I could drive.
Considering cruises again, but if they do that shit again, where like they're locking down cruise ships for fucking weeks again, where they had COVID, just a cruise ship locked down for 3, can't go to port. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna catch me doing none of that. Yes.
Be my
Oh
luck,
man.
I'd go on a cruise ship and the fucking be the one the pirates decided to jack.
No, I've always thought about that. Like, that's been my worst fear, aside from aliens, because I'm pretty sure that aliens exist. I'm
Me too.
99% sure.
We could
Um,
talk about aliens. Yeah.
if aliens come out of the water while I'm on a cruise ship and they decide to start fucking up this cruise, like, dude, I'm fucked. Like, who's gonna save me? Coast Guard Jim? Shut the fuck up. Like, it's not. So, um, I've thought about this, and that's not where I want to be when aliens come. And obviously, I don't think there is a great place to be when you're getting overtaken by an alien. I think either way you're fucked. But
Well, they could
for
be
my
good.
peace of
It could just be. They could just be like, "Oh Jesus, roll up the window, keep going," or you know, just watching or observing. I mean, you never know. I mean, uh,
I hope, if anything, I've displayed enough absolute stupidity and nothingness to provide them no reason to come for me at all. If
yeah.
I just wanted to get that out there. Yeah, no.
I mean, Bill Gates probably owns the aliens, so you're fucked.
No, no, no. That's deep theory here. Um, that's where Bill Gates actually got a lot of his intelligence, so that he could continue to adapt and become in charge of all the shit that he is. He didn't just become smart from some books in fucking school. He became smart from the aliens. He works for the aliens. He is basically a slave for the aliens. That's how this works, man. Um,
Maybe Elon Musk is one.
so
It's possible.
he's basically told us that he's a time traveler, which would suggest to me that he's an interdimensional. I don't know if that's an alien. If
Like a
if somebody can,
hologram?
well, maybe.
Could be like a
Well,
hologram.
well, he can go through space and time. So whatever that means. Um, that's yeah.
Even Jordan Peterson had mentioned something. He might be an alien.
See,
Joe Rogan was like, "We have this on record."
yeah, like I'm only smart enough to know what intradimensional, the word. I don't know what it means. I'm just smart
Interdimensional.
enough to say it.
It's like uh, it's like another dimension that they
But
could be
it
right
isn't.
here, right now, and you can't see them, but they're there. What?
But
Oh,
are they there or are they
if
there?
I'm going too far, just be like, stop. Stop.
And you can only see them when you're on the ayahuasca and stuff, or so
Yeah.
I've heard. Um,
I bet I could have seen them last night.
Man, that was a fun show last night when you were tripping on them shrooms. It was good times. Corey saying, flipping all that Elon shit. I double back on it. Some people are gifted. Some people talk with aliens. Some people might be actual just time traveling, interdimensional,
Never know.
super genius, all seeing
Yeah.
oracle manifesting fucking magicians. That might be Elon Musk. I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's a lot
Or
like
he's an
magic.
evil wizard. I don't know. He's doing some cool shit.
Yeah, he is. I'd go. Would you go to Mars if you were offered the chance to go?
Um, with my
Well,
daughter, no.
yeah.
Um,
Bro, you said you would get Neuralink and you ain't gonna go to Mars? Are you fucking kidding me?
I've said I am nearly sold. At this point, if I'm not saying I'm going back on what I said, but I'll still probably take the Neuralink. Green Man put out some great points. Version 4, version 5 Neuralink come around after we run the test trials. Let's put it on the table. I have
Let's
no
do it.
reason to turn it down by then. But yeah, Mars, that's a different story. We're talking Neuralink by the time I'm 50, 60 years old. Yeah, I'm gonna need that shit for my brain. Hook me up. Um, Mars, I'm not gonna get there till I'm 50 or 60. So
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of people are going to die and work hard on Mars, and there's going to be a lot of sacrifice, but it's gonna work. Eventually, they're gonna
I'm not going to Mars to
terraform
work.
it,
I
but
just want to go
it's
there
not an
and
overnight
visit.
thing. It's going to take a long time.
now,
But,
if they were doing a moon mission where I didn't have to spend like a shitload of money, maybe not even the moon. Whatever. What did like William Shatner do with the Amazon Prime guy, the Jeff Bezos on his rocket? They like just broke into space or whatever and then came right back down. Give me on one of those
yeah,
flights. I wouldn't mind
that
doing
would
one
be
of those.
cool. I would do one of those.
That's about
Definitely.
as risky as I want to do.
So what, you wouldn't have done that like a submarine thing where they go
Oh,
down in the ocean and
no, I
it
wouldn't
was
do
with
it.
just a PlayStation controller?
Look, when it comes to the ocean, I am a notorious. When it comes to the ocean, I will go to the sandbar. To the sandbar. Everybody who's ever been to an ocean knows what a sandbar is. You got about 10, 15 feet, and it gets a little bit, up to your knees, maybe your waist. Ain't no risk of getting caught in a riptide, nothing. If there isn't a sandbar, I'm not going out there. Fuck that. The ocean's weird. The ocean's scary. There's fucking tentacle thingies out there. There's fucking sharks.
Oh
There's
yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
there's fucking whales. There's goddamn aliens. Now, the government has confirmed aliens in the ocean. We've already known
Have you
that they
seen
were in
that
the ocean.
video of that UFO that went into the water?
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
fucking
I live
crazy.
near the Great Lakes.
That was
Like I
crazy.
see this shit all the time. Like, ain't no way you're catching me in that shit. No, 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 no. If I can't see the bottom of it, no, no. Touch me on a submarine. Get the fuck out of here.
That vessel that they built, my God, it was like they used a glass dome for the window. and aluminum for the O-ring. I mean, and you know that those expand and contract differently with the temperatures and pressure. Like, I'm not, I'm not well educated, obviously, in that area, but it's like that's like common sense. I don't know. It's like I can't believe that he got people to go in there.
I think he probably should have had a better thingy mabobber to steer that bitch and everything, because I don't think that PS5 controller was probably adequate.
Yeah.
What's the difference of you going down there and being able to see through a little porthole, and you sending a little rover down there and getting to see that thing on your big screen
But
by
on
just
those,
having a little fucking controller?
those realistic
Yeah, put the
goggles,
VR fucking goggles on.
it's no different.
Like,
You just do that.
same thing.
Yeah.
And same experience. You're right there. If you
Yeah.
want, you can actually go. She said it, VR goggles, go stand in a pool. You can get the whole water experience if you want. That's up to you. I don't.
Yeah.
No way you're catching me in a fucking submarine in the ocean, though. Even swimming. No. Nope. I did, what the hell's that shit called? There's like skimboarding on,
Oh yeah.
you guys ever? Yeah, I would skimboard. That's what I would do.
Boogie
There's some
board.
people out there. Mm, sometimes I would boogie board. If the waves were coming in over the sandbar and I
Yeah.
could catch them, because I'm telling you, you would not catch me outside the sandbar. Like, safe zone. You're not getting me caught in a riptide and getting sucked out in the ocean where those tentacles can fucking come out and grab me. No.
Some
Ain't gonna,
octopus come get your ass.
no, ain't gonna get me with a kraken or fucking those squid or mm-mm, not me, dog. I've seen movies.
I've seen movies.
In movies.
Uh, I don't want to say I've seen
So
shark attacks, but I've seen living in Florida a few times where just fins up and everybody had to come swimming ashore. I've seen that like 2 or 3 times, and I think that's just where I was like, what am I even doing out there? Am I having fun? Is it worth it?
Is it really worth it?
I'm gonna stay right here. It's all gonna be good, and I'm still alive, so
yeah.
that's something to consider, folks.
Have you guys ever had a stalker? Did you ever have like some crazy chick or some weirdo that?
Um,
And if so, how did you
mm,
deal with
That's
it?
all I attract, honey.
I say I've had an over attached
Yeah.
girlfriend like in high school, and I just tried to ignore, and it didn't work. But fortunately, I ended up moving away, joining the army, and so that worked out. But what type
Yeah.
of advice you got, Cash Man? So hopefully something better.
Do what?
You got any advice on how to work through dealing with a stalker besides punching them right in the nose?
Oh man, I can't tell you. Like, I.
Getting 6 guns?
Lead aspirin?
That'll do
Hmm.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Real simple.
Are, are are we a pro Second Amendment show? We haven't really confirmed this. I believe I am. I don't know if the
Yes.
show is. Yeah, go ahead and get a gun. Yeah.
You
Um, and personally, I say, you know, I don't want to say
I
keep
know it's
your
really
face
awkward,
out there,
right?
but I personally feel like when somebody's stalking you, maybe I'm wrong. The worst thing you can do is hide. Don't
That's what
isolate
I'm
yourself.
talking about.
Don't
Exactly.
seclude yourself.
Yeah.
Get out there. Make sure people see you. Make sure people know that you exist. Because if they go missing, we know that they exist.
Yeah.
If I don't know you're out there, how the hell do I know that you're gone? So don't isolate yourself. That's always the worst thing you can probably do in any mental health situation.
Right. Right.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Always let them know what the situation is too, because what they can do is they can manipulate your friends, they can manipulate your family, they will try to destroy your image in front of your job. I mean, they will. They're
I
This
think that
dude
happens
is
in
like not some
breakups too.
douchebag. He's not just some douchebag. This guy's different. This guy, there's something mentally wrong with this guy. And I'm sick and tired of being, delete this, change your phone number, change your. No, I don't want
Mm,
to fucking change anything anymore. This is his problem. It's not mine anymore. Like I'm tired of like going like this. I'm tired of it.
hell yeah.
Done. No more.
Um,
And so yeah, like with this whole art business, I mean, I just started this up in March. So it's like it's still very new. And I guess that's the one thing I worry about is him trying to sabotage my friends, my family, you know,
um,
and that fucking little worm. I mean,
I mean,
that is
I think you coming
literally,
forward like you have today and just expressing that, I mean,
yeah,
I hope that that takes power away from them because now we all are aware.
yeah,
The people who have tuned in, they care about you and we care about your journey. And it takes a lot of strength to even share that. And I it's something that we can all already look out for. We'll immediately, that this is whatever. It's clearly trash. We know who you are. We know you're not a horrible person. Um, what I've always told friends in a breakup, any breakup, because it doesn't matter, and I don't know whatever happened here, but just because from my experience, it was a ex-girlfriend, and it was a shitty breakup on my end where I was just like, whatever, fucking see ya. And obviously, her feelings were hurt. She was still attached. Um, I was immature about how I handled it. Um, but what you got to do is you got to go straight to your friends and be like, look, I ended it. This person's going to be talking shit. Don't listen to anything that they say. Those phones quick.
yeah,
Those phones ASAP.
yeah,
Um, and tell everybody like, hey, this is what's going on. This is the issue.
yeah.
Um, be on the lookout. And also, my bad for getting you caught up in this.
Yeah, like sometimes I want to talk about it, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't want to bring it up because it's just like I don't want to put,
That's real life. I don't know
eh.
any way to put it.
But
Um,
We're going to break. My eyeballs are floating.
I'm gonna go
um,
grab a high nine, and
okay,
then
well, yeah.
and then I'm
We're
gonna
gonna
come
take
back.
we'll take about 5 minutes, depending, whatever. We'll
All
come
right,
on back, guys.
all right.
Toasting to the highs with every sweet drink. Hot knives that alchemists watch the world blink. Beverages so fine they lift you above. A TXT honey's a potion of love. Raise up your cup, let the good times flow. Hot knives got the secret, come on let's go. Come on let's go. Yeah. Roll it up, light it right, let's ignite this night. DOS filters got the goods, everything feels so right. From carbon to the paper, every puff pure bliss. With the roller in hand, I just can't resist. Ease your mind, elevate your vibe. DOS filter, the choice you make for the crowd. Manifested greatness, yeah, it gives me chills. Rise up, keep your head. Yeah. First step in the game, we innovating and creating. Chiba Pest the name, got the flavor that we're facing. High quality vibes, NFTs with a twist. Grow your own herb, it's a cannabis bliss. NFTs with utility, it's more than just a trend. Chiba Pet's the vibe, come and ride with the best. High quality dreams, we're above all the rest. NFTs shining bright, in this garden we trust. Grow your own herbal kits, it's a must or bust. We elevate our life with Reno and Cashman. We elevate. Elevate our life with Reno and Cashman. We elevate our life with Reno and Cashman. We elevate our life with Reno and Cashman.
Well, there. What's up, guys? Sorry, man, my eyeballs was fucking floating. At least I got the commercial right tonight. Because I fucked that shit up last night trying to run to the bathroom. Oh, Brad's probably not ready yet. Wonder if Moondoggy's ready yet. What's up? Did you get you a high 9?
Yeah,
What flavor you got?
blackberry.
That's my
Very
favorite. I love the blackberry.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm very impressed with it. It's like it's refreshing. No bad aftertaste. Light, loosens up your shoulders. It's good stuff.
It's very good. Very,
I like the
very
ones
good.
without the caffeine. This one's got some caffeine in it, but it's not bad. It's good.
Yeah, they're
Me, I'm like naturally
really
jacked up,
good.
so
I haven't had one in probably a week or so I'm ready for one.
mhm.
Corey, you coming up now? Or you staying backstage tonight? Oh shit.
Oh, so what's your favorite kind of art? Like, what do you? I mean, like, what's your opinion? Like, what do you like that I've painted so far, or what do you think I should paint more or less of? And don't. It's okay. You could be constructive criticism.
No, I think you
So
should
don't be
continue to.
afraid.
I think you should continue to paint in whatever, mind your, whatever mode you feel like going. Whether that's Elon, whether that's Nikola Tesla,
Yeah.
I mean, the Donald Trump painting was amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
like you can kill just about any style you do. So I just think you need to just keep painting.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't matter what
like-
it is, just keep painting.
More trial and error, more practice, more. Just keep going.
That's with anything, though. I
This is
mean,
what I'm working
practice
on
makes
now.
you better.
That one.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that's going to be
I
nice.
started that tonight. I'll probably have it finished this evening.
Gonna be another all-nighter?
Maybe. Sometimes I tell my, I'm gonna go to bed early tonight, and then I end up like staying up all night. And then and then I don't want to miss out on the day, and then I just end up not sleeping, and then I'm all screwed up.
Yeah, I know how
So
that
I
goes.
try taking like sometimes I'll take like NyQuil. I don't like that stuff. It just gives you like just makes you groggy, makes you hungover. I don't like it.
You don't dream. I got to dream.
Yeah, I like dreaming, I like that.
But I get it when I'm making like digital artwork or if I'm working on a 3D model or even just some of the videos for this show. Like I just when I'm in that zone, I just got to go, go, go. And the energy that I'm getting from creating is enough. And sometimes I'll be up till 5 a.m. I'm like, oh, Jesus, the sun's coming up.
Yeah, I feel that way too. Yeah, and it's like it doesn't. You don't feel tired. You just keep going,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're
and
just cruising.
next thing you know, it's like, oh shit, 6 o'clock. What the? The birds are chirping. Oh no!
Right?
Oh
Something's wrong.
no! So that you want to be waking up in the morning with the birds, and you want to wake up in the morning with the world, and that's the one thing is like I'm so productive at night when the world is sleeping, but I also it gets you so lonely because you're alone, and then you miss out on like half of the day sleeping, and it's like
Yeah, that's true.
it's a cycle that I get stuck in sometimes. I try to get out of it, and when I get out of it, it's great, but it only lasts for like a few days, and I'm right back into working all night again, and I can't seem to stop. I just keep going right into the night because I get too distracted during the day. You know, I work so much better when there's nothing going on. The world is silent,
Mm-hmm.
and I could
Quiet
bang out an
space.
entire painting in one night. You know, Bob Ross, the artist, he was
Yeah.
able to get the entire season done in one episode. That guy was like
Really?
super fast. He's like paint, paint, paint so fast. I'm like a snail compared to him. And some people are like, wow, you're so fast. I'm like, no, actually, Bob Ross was fast. He was
Oh.
incredible. And
Did you watch some of his videos and stuff to
oh yeah, like he actually helped
like?
me. Like for those that get a little well, a little bit of everyone has some anxiety when they're working on a project because you're kind of going into the unknown and you don't know what's happening and how is this going to turn out. I usually wing it, I usually just wing it, just start painting. Bob Ross was like, hey, it's all right if you make a mistake. Just put in some happy clouds. I love that. It makes you feel like it's all right. Just, put in some happy trees, happy clouds, get some happy mistakes in there. So that
I
helps.
loved
It
how he
helps
would.
a lot.
I loved how he would always. He'd sort of curtail it to come back to like talking about life too.
Yeah.
You make a mistake in life, you just put a happy little thing in there, and you look for
Yeah.
some inspiration, and you can keep the same painting, the same vision, and then just
Yeah.
maybe tweak it a little bit, and it's
Mm-hmm.
still bound to come
Yeah.
out.
Yep. And
I used to paint a lot. I haven't painted in probably 10 years or so. I used to draw and paint a lot. And
what
for
did you like
me,
drawing? What was your favorite thing? Or what was one thing
nature,
that what was it?
nature
Oh,
scenes.
nice.
So
I like
birds,
nature.
butterflies, things like that. I lived at the Grand Canyon for 3 years, and that was really
Really?
inspirational.
I love
I
the Grand
worked in
Canyon.
I worked in the canyon, so I was a 5 minute walk from the
Oh
rim. I
shit.
get off of work and
Wow.
get off of work during a day shift or something, and then go down and sit on the edge of the rim where there's just no tourists, nobody else, and start drawing or painting. I don't have any of it in here right now, but that was
That's
probably my
amazing.
favorite
That was my third
inspiration.
time this year. I went to the Grand Canyon this year. It's beautiful.
Nice.
You notice that there were fossilized seashells on the top, on the
Used to be
north rim.
underwater.
I'm like, that shit used to be underwater.
That used to be a seabed, which is pretty wild to think about. But
It's insane.
if you go
Wow.
way down, you go down into the canyon, and you're like riverside. You see rock and formations that are millions and millions of years old. It's such an interesting place for me. I loved it there.
Me too. Did you,
I never.
when you first went there, did you have an issue with the altitude?
Mm.
Did you feel it?
I went to the Grand Canyon from a little place called Telluride, Colorado, which is at 7,500 feet. and I worked on a ski resort there, which the
Shit.
highest point is 14,000 feet.
Oh shit.
So for me, the elevation of the Grand Canyon was nothing. You know, I was accustomed to it. I was
Wow.
already acclimated to
I think
elevation.
there's a term for it, like when you're coming, not when you're going up, but when you're coming down from the mountain, from being up there for an extended period of time.
That
And
would
I
always
maybe like
that
living
would
there.
almost
Well,
make me sick when I would come down from the mountain like too fast. I don't know if that was ever anything Investigator experience because he drives really slow. Um, I'm just gonna
Yeah,
throw
the
that out
speed
there.
limit.
Right, like I said, he drives really slow. Um,
He tries
I'm like
really
I'm
slow.
like 7
so
over. You know.
I drive. I drive. So when I'm
Same.
going downhill, especially downhill, oh man, we're cooking. And I've learned when you're going from like 8,000 down to like 4,000 feet, don't don't just boom. No, get a little stomach sick, get a little
Hmm.
headachy. It becomes a problem fucking quick. Um,
I never had
so
issues with that. I mean, at the ski resort, you know,
right,
like I
you
said,
go the
highest
speed
point
limit.
was 14,000 feet. I would ski from 14,000 to 7,000 or snowboard. So for me, that was,
Oh yeah.
but I think there is a scientific thing to where, like, the amount of oxygen that you're accustomed to taking in at a certain elevation, and then you change elevations drastically, that oxygen influx into your
Hmm.
bloodstream has
yeah.
effects on your body, metabolism,
Oxygenation
and everything else.
intoxication syndrome when you're coming down. I was feeling
Hmm.
good. I was feeling the word groovy came to mind. I was living in Colorado. I lived in Centennial. Um,
Okay.
Whatever it was, I don't know, maybe it was because I was just happy to be back in Florida. Could be that. It could be maybe it had something to do with the altitude at some level. I mean, I wasn't that high up. It was just, it was a little bit higher than a little bit higher than Denver.
Hmm.
But whatever it was, I was feeling good. I was feeling really good for like about 2 weeks. Like I didn't want to sleep. I just wanted to. I just felt so good. I don't know. I felt really high. I don't know if it was because of the. Some people are a little more sensitive to that than others. Some people said I didn't feel a thing. You're just being a pussy. But
I
whatever it
would
was,
say
I felt it.
one of my favorite parts was when I lived in Colorado. The amount of alcohol that I drank was it didn't take
Oh,
nearly as much
yeah.
to get
Right.
totally shit
Oh yeah.
faced.
Yeah.
Um, to the
It was a
point
lot
where
cheaper
like gas stations in Colorado, I don't know if they still do to this day, but when I was there, they would mainly sell like 3.2, 3.6 beer because you don't really quite need the normal what is it 5-6% alcohol in a normal beer.
Oh,
there.
I didn't think about that.
Because your oxygen, whatever, it affects you. I don't know, but
Oh yeah.
that stuff
But
when
then
you're
again, you
drinking
go
like
to
straight
like
whiskey or whatever, oh, that'll catch up to you quick, boy.
that'll catch you up.
Especially like you're saying a Telluride at that like what 8,000, 10,000, whatever the Jesus,
that's a good
that'll,
altitude there.
that'll
Hmm.
cook you.
That will, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Unless you
Yeah,
go to
when
like,
I first moved to Colorado, um, yeah, it was like the first week. I was just really tired. I couldn't sleep,
mhm,
and I was exhausted going up a flight of stairs. Just just felt
yeah,
really winded. I was like, whoa,
Mm,
this is
yeah, it
weird.
takes a while.
I feel like an old lady.
It's different for
But,
everybody, you know.
hmm
Saw that a lot at the Grand Canyon too, where people would come from way low elevation and then they'd come up there and they'd think they could hike around and they just spend two
totally
days in a
gas.
hotel room because
yeah,
Yeah.
a
just
lot of people
toasted.
have fallen, or some suicide, some accidents,
Mm-hmm.
some suicide there. Actually, it was I forgot where it was, but it was just some big cliff over the Colorado River. I forgot the name of the bridge, but we were heading over this large bridge in Arizona, and just right after I left, it was all over the news. This guy just fell. And then when they went down there to get the guy, they found another dead body that was already skeletonized.
Jesus.
Some guy had been gone for so long and don't know, nobody heard. And so That's crazy. I
Yeah,
got
it's
really
unfortunate.
close to the edge of Horseshoe Bend. There's a picture of my feet sticking out. I got a little stupid selfie.
Mm.
No, well, selfie. That's that kind of selfie. But I was just more like my feet. But that was as ballsy as I could get. But yeah, I sat there. I took a quick picture and I like scooted away. It gets very dizzying for the eyes to see like such a large area your eyes aren't used to seeing. You actually get pretty dizzy, and you could actually accidentally fall forward. So
Right.
be
That's why they
careful.
installed a lot of the railings that are around the Grand Canyon in that area. Even last
Yeah.
time I was at Horseshoe Bend, you couldn't even get up to the edge anymore.
Wow. Yeah, there
They
was
had a fence there.
it was like pretty open when I went. It was just like you can go right up to the edge and like you just make sure the person that you were with, make sure you trust them. Like, hey, oh, like love you. Yeah,
You remember that one
be
time?
careful. Be careful around the edges. God, I watch too many crime shows. Too many crime shows.
Some of those places in yeah, just those hiking. You gotta be careful, make sure you have the right footing, all that good stuff. You just never know.
Mm-hmm.
Could be a great time though. Be alert for Bigfoot, be alert for aliens,
Yes, there's
and
aliens in the
and
Grand
bears
Canyon.
and bears.
And bears. Gotta watch out for
So
bears.
if you don't believe
And
in
if
the
you're doing
first
one of
two,
those hikes,
watch out for bears.
I will tell you from experience because I like um, hallucinating on different substances in nature.
Me
Don't try
too.
and
I've
don't try
tried.
and hike the Grand Canyon on
I've tried
mushrooms.
once.
No, don't do the Grand Canyon on
Don't try.
mushrooms.
No.
Don't do the Grand Canyon on
Oh, I would
mushrooms.
have definitely fallen off last night.
That's a bad
Also,
time.
there's chain link fences in the Grand Canyon. Do not
Mhm.
step over them and climb around.
Mhm.
Don't do
Yeah.
that.
Don't do
No,
that.
That's true.
nope. A ranger
That's true.
will give you a ticket. And the only reason I did not get a ticket is because I flashed my fancy little look, sir, I'm in the Army ID badge when I was still in the Army.
Oh
Look,
wow.
I just, I had to get over there and see the sights, take a nice picture. I'm about to go to Iraq. I did the whole sympathy thing on him. And he did not give me a fine, but he was fucking pissed at me. I
Oh.
was
Mhm.
I was trying to see if I had a picture of it, but I'm pretty sure at that time because this was 2009, folks. Give me a break. We didn't really have cell phones. We did, but not everything that we did on cell phones went to, you know, s-
Social
social
media or some
media.
cloud.
Yeah. I think it was actually taken on like just real pictures and we have it like
Wow.
photo books of where I'm just like on top of a stupid ass rock in the Grand Canyon, just hey, look at this. Don't don't do that.
How
No.
old were you when you joined the military?
17.
17.
Um, zero reason to be there. But
But you
I
wanted
was
to like get away with, if I may mention, are there any touchy subjects that okay.
it's all good. It is what it is.
Okay.
I think you were gonna ask. I'll cut you off. Yeah, I was getting away from I don't want to say my family, but we'll cut right to the chase. Getting away from my family. Um, at the time, both my parents, well, yeah, both my parents, my real father included, I was basically totally cut off from him. He was in prison at the time, and my mom and my stepdad, they were back and forth with reoccurring drug issues over and over. So at that point, it was just like, well, I can clearly see if I stay in this household, I am liable to become a drug addict. Um, funny story,
You're very
I
self.
ended up becoming a drug addict anyway, so that was cool. Um, but I figured that out anyway. After a year and a half of
You're very
experiencing opiates.
self-aware. It's what I noticed about you. You're
Well,
self-aware, and you're like, hey, I know this. If I stick around with this, you
right.
know, but that's really good.
Um,
A lot of people don't have that.
I'm
Very true.
I wanted to go to college. Um, but I didn't have the opportunity. I had a little bit of the educational opportunity with like some grants, but nothing was gonna, like be like, hey, you're getting the full ride scholarship because you're a fucking genius. I'm not a genius. I, I'm pretty average. That's what it is. Um, so I got the typical grants that every A B student gets. Like 5,000, 10,000 off, go to your community college. But I couldn't really afford that. I'd be working and struggling to pay for community college, barely getting by, and hopefully in a shitty career that I just hated. So I said, let me join the army, jumpstart my career, and funny story, it totally sucked, but it had some good times too, where I did learn a lot. Um, got to explore quite a bit, and that helped me out in the long run. Where before I got retired, for medical, because my PTSD and all that,
Yeah.
um, I was working as an X-ray operator, which
Wow.
was
That's
you know
that's-
pretty cool.
that
Um,
is really cool. That's amazing.
there was some issues with having PTSD. One of my biggest things, like I need to see outside. Um, and I kind of had a little bit of leeway with that,
Yeah.
but there's certain times where, like, I don't know how to explain it without sounding crazy, but it is what it is. In my life, rockets have literally come in, and me being in charge of base defense, like I needed to be on top of everything to make sure that rockets weren't coming in to kill me. So as weird as that sounds, when I'm in a building where I can't see outside, sometimes I'm like, I'm not in control. That I could die.
Oh, yeah.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it's
Jeez. Uh,
but I worked through it. Um, but I don't know.
no,
That was part
I'm
of my
thinking about it
PTSD
when
claim,
you're
and
describing it, and I'm like, wow.
yeah, it makes like going to Walmart horrible. Um, I usually have like a 45-minute hour. I think most men kind of have that time limit anyway. Walmart, if I'm being
I'm
honest.
like I'm like
But
15
Motherfucker,
minutes.
you staying in there for an hour?
I
Shit.
that's what I'm saying. Like, well, up here, we got to go 45 minutes to Walmart. So if I'm going there, we have got to go to Walmart. We're going down every fucking aisle, making sure we're getting everything because we ain't going back in that some bitch. So
Because we ain't
I
going back
got
to that sound good.
I got 45 minutes to an hour in that bitch tops. And then my wife's gonna tell me we got to go to one more store, and I'm like,
I
we
go through
got
that.
30 minutes.
I go
We
through
got
that.
30 minutes in this next one, but
Hmm.
I'm gonna go get something to eat first, and we're gonna calm down. I'm gonna smoke some weed, hit this vape pen.
Mm,
I hear you. Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I
I,
moved to Wisconsin, is because in Florida it's recently become so overpopulated. Just um, through just immigration, legal mostly. Um, but and then there's people who are just moving to Florida because the laws and the legislation down there is a little bit more free. The taxes, everything. Um,
mhm.
but for me, it was just
yeah.
with all that, all the people and the heat, it was exasperating. I don't know. It took my PTSD symptoms and anxiety and it cranked it up. Just being surrounded by people, constantly being hot. I was always on edge, and it felt like, literally anytime somebody cut me off in traffic and they were just being an overly absurd asshole, I felt like they were the enemy. They were trying to take my life, and I had to do something back immediately and lash out at them. And none of that was good for me.
Right. Yeah.
None of that was good for me. Um, I had to step back, calm down, and that's why I live in the middle of fucking nowhere, where I can just calm down and just be myself and hang out in the garden, play with plants, and look at fucking birds go by and just smoke weed.
Yeah.
Because that's what I need.
That's
Again.
that's good. And I'm also in the works of finding that too, and that's probably why I'm in the studio all the time because I I don't know if the whole stupid psychopath that's been stalking me or whatever. I don't know if that's I have like past traumas from growing up too. I had a I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, um, I seem to feel like very safe in this space here, um, and I do struggle. I struggle around the holidays because I never had family. My parents divorced when I was 8 years old. My mother was she was very sexual. I hate to bash on my mom. I love her very much. They passed away when I was 17, but when I was young, she would leave the house for weeks, months. I think it was like 3 months, the longest. It was just me and my big brother. I was 7, 8 years old, and my brother was 2 years older. Then it would just be me and him in the house and alone. And we would have to catch the school bus. We'd have to make our meals, and I hate bologna and fucking peanut butter and jelly sandwiches every freaking day. And
Yep.
my mom would be gone. I'd have like separation anxiety. I didn't know what it was then, but now that I'm older, I know what it is. That's what that was.
Right.
And it was a horrible divorce. My mother cast lies about my father, and um, I don't know why, but she kept my father away from us. Told us that he was this monster, and then finally, many years later, I'm 17 years old. My mom has cancer, and she's dying very quickly. And she's like, "Get to know your father," and I'm like, "Holy crap!" Get to know my dad, and then it turns out that my father was wonderful, and he was a good man, and it wasn't what she made him out to be. And then he died 5 months later, cancer. And then after that, I was like trying to figure out how to get a job, work, drive a car, and then I was just I lived in 7 states. Lived in New Mexico, Colorado, Florida, Chicago, Little Rock, Arkansas. Did I say Carlsbad, New Mexico? Connecticut. Um, yeah, lived a bunch of places and trying to find myself. And just now finding peace with my mom. Like even though she's been dead for almost 25 years, can't believe it. But I'm not mad anymore. I just think that maybe she was lost too. And I grew up like being alone a lot. So I'm like, I want to come out of my shit. I don't know what that is, but whatever it is that I'm struggling with, art seems to be helping me feel better. So if you have like, something that you're passionate about, just stay with the passion, That's the one thing that brought me back to life on the inside. So,
Hey,
I worked. Sorry, I didn't mean to
I
ramble.
get it. No, I get it. That's almost, I don't want to say that's my story. That basically, uh,
It's close to
when
my
my
story.
parents divorced, it was horrible, dirty, and I think at some point, from everything I've understood about my grandparents at this point, my great grandparents, and the amount of people in the world to date at this point, we are all our own special breed of fucked up. Um,
You
and,
said,
and
yeah,
maybe there was a time before where they tried to, all come together and just be like, hey, wait a minute, let's slow down and think about things here. I feel like they did that in the hippie movement in the 70s. And I think we're at that kind of time again now, where we're trying to figure things out and make sure that we're not passing that trauma on to the next
right,
generation,
yeah,
continuing the cycle, if you will.
Right.
I think that's basically why we're all here.
yeah,
Um, that's most of the people I've met so far on X. When I actually get into to meet them, we're all on our own journey of just fucked up, crazy, trying to figure it out and trying to make sure that we're not pushing whatever shit that we experience forward.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, I'm trying to
and
break the cycle within myself and just like neutralizing that, accepting the
Mhm.
past and then let this be the new beginning. Let this be like, I'm not going to be that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to live that,
right.
you know?
And
And I started seeing myself being like that at first, like being like not like my mom. Like my mom had this, she was just alone all the time and giving up all the time. And it's like, I don't want to be like that. And now I completely knocked it out of the park. I'm not. I've become like a workaholic, and I love that.
right,
You
as
know.
long as you're doing it with something with passion, I think with
Yeah,
your art and stuff,
I
that
love
this
it.
is what it's perfect. Um,
Absolutely.
and uh, pardon me, but it seems to bring more than just me. I see it. It seems to bring a lot of people joy. Um, I hope it continues for you the way that the rate it has and just grows. Um, I can't wait for one day for Elon Musk to buy one of those from me, and
Oh
then
shit,
it's then you're just
dude.
gone.
Oh my god, I think I'm gonna like freaking pass out, cry. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but like I don't know. It's like when you have a superhero, like somebody that you really look up to, and
Hmm.
it's like Superman like shaking your hand or something. It's like like I'm such a
Sure.
nerd. Like I wouldn't even know what to say. Like if and this is if he does. I mean, geez, that would be so cool. But you know, he's got a lot of fish to fry. He's a busy man.
Oh yeah,
Probably got like hundreds of millions of people fucking. Oh please, man.
but
And if it happens, it happens.
gotta keep that hope alive.
I thought that he responded to you this morning. When when it was the break. I totally
Oh
fell for it.
man,
I
there
That
was
was
so
cool.
many people
That was
that
so
I
freak. I
got on
was
that.
almost flying. I almost flew. I'm like that is
Well,
so freaking cool. But
he
he
hasn't
did. He
talked to
did
me,
this
and
year. He did.
it has been 8 months now since he's talked to me, and I've been sad about it. He only
I
said
mean,
that
the
one.
last time he talked to you, you ended up fucking suspended for 7 days.
I sure did. That was
Wait, what
great.
happened with that?
Oh, so like the joke I said was about the trans people. Oh shit, I don't know if I can even say that. The transmission community. Um, right,
Transmission.
for YouTube's sake. The the transmission was messed up, and I made a joke about it. And Elon Musk, just for whatever reason, you know, I I think his original post was LGBT QAnon, and I made it, a little meme that I already had preloaded, and I commented on it, and there was no reason I thought Elon was gonna reply to me, and there wasn't even like much attention on it, which was kind of the weird thing. Like not that many likes, but
Mhm.
then Elon commented. I'm like, Jesus Christ, and then a million people are on it, and
Oh my god.
obviously with the transmission
Somebody was.
community, there's some people who really like their transmissions and some people who really don't. Um, and
You have a good way
you
of
know,
explaining.
the people who are very passionate about it let me know, and I was a little sarcastic, a little trolly in the replies back to them, and that may have opened up a lot of opportunities for mass reporting.
Ah, yeah.
And yeah,
Ah.
they hit me hard. My account's never been the same, but I'm still here. So
So
Fuck it.
I
Right.
Penny 2X was talking about this today about people that would mass report even though it is not warranted on that individual and it could still hurt. I wonder how long that lasts for. Like how
my
do you
payouts ain't been the same. My
Mm.
algorithm ain't been the same. But it's fun.
Still here.
You're awesome. You know that? You're just
My
like,
Doing
yeah.
our
payouts
thing.
ain't been the same since June.
Mm.
Yep. Oh
Wow.
yeah, then well we got caught up again because we were and no fault of anybody except for
Right.
me and Cashman. Um, we broke the rules, but we were, what was it, the clear the list movement for school teachers. We were having the teachers, retweet and spread the word, because we were doing a giveaway, because at the time our payouts were decent. And we were basically, I think, giving away all of our payouts for the clear the list movement, spending a lot on the Amazon gift cards and things for the teachers. Um, and I got the spam label on my account. We're reviewing your account for spam, blah blah blah. Do the
Oh,
Acros captcha thing. Um, I get it. I engagement farming, if you will. I requested retweets or what, I don't know.
Yeah,
That's on me. That's on me.
that's dumb
I
though.
guess.
It was a
I,
good movement, you know.
I guess
It's unfortunate. Unfortunately, the algorithm isn't more
Well, that's
curtailed
the
to
only
stuff
thing
like
I
that.
can think of is I did get that spam label. Um and you know and like I
hmm.
said, I've pissed off a lot of people where they've reported and blocked me in the past. So there's that.
Mm.
Fuck them.
It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
I'll be all right.
Just keep cruising.
Hmm.
Keep
Doing your
cruising.
thing. Keep
Mm.
showing up. Those big tips from Brenda and stuff like that. That'll fix it.
That's true.
I
Really
ain't
need to.
seen
Oh,
Brenda in a while,
Brad, did
that
you see?
stanko.
You see, I'm
That's
working on
true.
this one right now. You saw that one, right?
Mm,
I don't know. You were just coming back from break, but anyway, I hope to get that done tonight.
that's a nice one. I think some of those, like, man.
Yeah, like maybe just some of these pieces cause like good stress. That's kind of weird to say
Mm,
that,
Mm.
but like good stress. Like it's fun, but it's also stressful because it's like a puzzle. You have to put it together. And then some of them are like this one's like a nothing. You don't have to think. You just go. This one is a fun one, and then there's some like the octopus.
Oh, that's cool.
those
This
are
one,
sweet.
this one gave me nightmares.
Those
This
are
one took
awesome.
like 2
Really?
weeks. This one took 4 days.
Mm-mm.
And
Where'd you get the idea to Apex?
oh, where did I get the idea to paint the? Oh, the like the
To
lizard and
paint on
stuff.
skate.
Oh, say that
Well,
again.
just to do decks.
Oh,
Where did
just one day I was like, I want to paint something, and I was thinking like, I was actually thinking on investing on like this expensive $16,000 printer for like T-shirts or something. I'm like, no, but I want something. What if I paint skate decks? Like that would be really cool. It was just totally winged it. I mean, just ordered a bunch of blank skate decks, sanded the shit out of them, and then gessoed them with black gesso, and then sand them again till it gets really smooth, and then just started painting. My first one was this one. This is the first skate deck I painted. It's just a simple
cool.
chili pepper, but and then I
Cool
kind
as
of worked
fuck.
my way up a little bit, and then started painting. Then I painted this one. I think you get. I'm sure you guys saw this one. This one.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
This one I did with
Love that one.
epoxy.
that one's
And what's that?
awesome.
I was
That
a
one's on
freaking
sale for what, $750?
so cheap. It's like $200.
So $750.
I was a
750 sounds
nervous
like a
wreck.
fair
I had to
price.
pour epoxy on this for the first time.
That's crazy though. That's amazing
It's
detail.
awesome.
Epoxy is a
Yeah.
freaking nightmare. Because you got to pour it in the right temperature. You have to mix it accordingly. You have to spread it with like a freaking one of those rubber spreaders. You got to like make sure you have to have a hot gun. Make sure you get the bubbles out and
Mm,
freaking pray that it doesn't look mottled. And then you wake up the next morning and you're like, fuck.
and that skews or whatever. Oh man,
And
that
it's
stuff can be a pain.
so. And then I did some research on the epoxies, and believe it or not, epoxies in some way, I mean, they are superior, but they crack. They don't have the tensile strength. When if you're skateboarding on that, you're gonna crack the shit out of it.
Oh, sure.
So believe it or not, the water soluble urethane, it's more elastic and it breathes. And it's, I mean, you scratch it a little bit. You know what? You beat up a skate deck no matter what. You beat the shit out of it no
Right.
matter what you do. So, so I decided to stick with the water soluble urethane. It's not a pain in the ass to go with, and it's, you know, it's flexible, and you still have the UV protection and all that, and you know, works pretty good, and it doesn't
What
give you
about for
anxiety.
what about for old people like me? I'm a longboard skateboard guy. I never did the short deck. I've never done tricks, but I've always liked to
here.
bomb the hills. Love going fast and wiping out. I don't like wiping out anymore. Not anymore. But as a kid, that was cool.
I never liked the wiping out part.
I didn't mind it. It kind of made me feel like I was alive
Yeah.
again.
Me too.
Got
I
to walk around, felt cool. Like, look at me. Everybody's like,
fair.
"You're a fucking idiot."
No,
But I felt cool. So I don't
you
know.
are
Got the battle
cool.
scars.
But with
I've got
longboard,
a
do you think the epoxy would hold up just as well, or would that
Um,
be a bad idea?
you know,
Because you're not scratching that really.
the
I'm just
epoxy. I mean,
curious.
you're gonna have
no,
longevity
you're
with
not
it.
riding rails on
It's
one.
just that, you know, you're doing like you're skidding. You're, I don't know, you're skidding over like rails and shit. I mean, it's gonna crack. I mean,
Yeah,
Hmm.
and you know, it adds a lot of weight to it. So you also have to get used to that weight. I
that's a
mean, if you're used to the weight of that,
that's a good
um,
point. Never mind.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of that.
I
We're learning here today, folks. Didn't
yeah,
even think of that. Adding a whole
I
extra
mean,
layer of weight.
with this epoxy, this is freaking heavy. Heavy.
I bet.
What a difference between that one and this one. I mean, if it were me, if I'm skateboarding, I probably want to go with the lighter one because I want to feel connected to it. I don't want to feel
Yeah.
like that board has got me. No, I got this. This is mine. So I'd probably go with the waters. I don't know. Some people would probably say I'm an idiot, but that's just my
Yeah, I get it.
personal. That's what I'm going with. But
Do you still or do you skateboard?
mm, I just bought trucks for my skateboard. I have a skateboard right there on the wall that's got stickers all over it. But I'm gonna
That's
put
what I used to do with my snowboards.
this is all the places I've been to. It says the aliens and shit. I like that one. I didn't paint this one though. This one is who makes this? Alien Workshop. It was a gift.
Mm.
But I'm gonna put trucks on this. And
Nice.
and I thought maybe I could, because I got a nice driveway. It'd be perfect as a hill. Yeah, I could crash in there.
There you go.
I got some, like, you know, grass on the
Unfortunately-
side. If I have to jump on the side, I could crash on the side. My
Unfortunately, Brad
fiance,
and
I was
I,
like, "Would you record me crashing?" It's like I'll get on my skateboard. I'll fuck up. That's fine. But my sister is much better at skateboarding than me. I'm like a novice. I'm very athletic, but I never really got crazy into skateboarding. But I don't have health insurance.
That's a
it's a
fair
deciding
point.
factor for sure.
But then again, my fiance is a firefighter EMT, so if something goes wrong, hey, I got the best service right there.
You'll be
Yeah,
fine. Yeah.
that's awesome.
But
So, I mean, I've broken bones before. I mean, I can handle it.
the older I get, the less I want to hear that. Even not the broken bones.
Mm,
I'll do cuts, stitches still. I don't really want to, but that's not a problem.
yeah.
Um, I'll get punched in the face once or twice. Um, broken bones, that's pretty much off the table.
Someone,
It's-
you've been, I,
That's how.
someone punched you? And,
in my
oh,
lifetime,
yeah.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. This mouth has ran and talked a lot of shit. I've said some dumb things. I've mouthed off to some people. Um, a lot of times I've earned those punches.
I can't,
Sometimes I didn't.
I can't picture that.
Um, but I can genuinely say, just to have a real moment, um, there was a brief point of time in my life. I think I've touched on it a little bit. I was smart, wasn't super smart. I I didn't go to kindergarten. Okay, wasn't super smart. Jumped right in, graduated at 17. Like it's not that big of a deal. Um, and like the cutoff date for when I was born, I'm a November 25th. So like if school systems, it was whatever. And I was able to kindergarten. Shut up. We move on. Um, but when I was in like fifth grade, I was always that kid who was like, "Hey, we didn't turn in the homework." Um, always kind of raising my hand. Oh, it's this. Looking around. Why don't you guys? And there was one day I got jumped in the bathroom in fifth grade, just straight up pushed up against the walls. They're punching me in the stomach, throwing me up against the walls. Um, and that day I learned. Um, I learned a lot. You don't need to show off. You don't need to put anybody else down. And there's many different ways that you can put other people down. And
True.
in my mind, where I was just excited to learn and be there were other people who were maybe struggling and had other things going on. That was the start of the journey. Um, because obviously, there was many times after that I, I didn't totally learn from that day forward. Like, oh, don't be smart or whatever, but yeah, trying to fit in better, trying to I don't know, not be the nerd like we talked about it earlier. Like it was totally different back then. It really was. Like if you were the nerd, like there was time you were gonna get bullied. You could be jumped
Right.
and just thrown in the bathroom like I was. Like and that was kind of the fucking normal in the 90s. So
Mhm.
you just dealt with it. We were also playing Smear the Queer, and you just
Ah,
kind of lived
whoa,
with life.
whoa,
Uh, that was the game.
whoa.
If you had the ball, you were
I,
the queer and don't get tackled.
oh shit.
Um, but you always got tackled, and it just
Mhm.
it was a weird game. Don't ask me why we played it.
Who the fuck
Every
started
time.
that shit?
Same motherfucker that came in and said, "Let's go punch for punch on the arm," or said,
Wow.
"Oh,
Right.
gotcha," and then fuck.
Do
I don't
the
know.
knuckles. You guys ever do
Wow.
the knuckles? That was the thing back then
Uh,
too.
Yeah, the pound in the knuckles. Jesus
I
Christ, that was
kind of have
also
a crazy
stupid. But
story, and you know what? Part of
Quarters.
me wants to tell the story, and the other part of me is like, don't fucking say it. But at the same time, I think, you know what? This is the story of my life. Why do I need to hide it? This is who I am today. So, since I grew up like troubled childhood. Anyway, I got into, well, thankfully it didn't turn into a fight, but I was about to get my ass beat in the bathroom. Um, I was 27 years old. It doesn't feel that long ago, but it actually was a long time ago. I'm getting old. I'm in the bathroom. I'm in a dance club. Anyway, yeah, I danced for a short while. Um, it's not, a lot of people would say, how could the biggest nerd in school become a dancer? But most of the time, people thought I was a cop because I wasn't really good at acting.
Mm.
You have to like play this act. You have to play this character that I'm not good at acting at. So anyway, you get dolled up, you wear your fancy outfit or whatever, and you shake your booty, and you get paid, and people throw money at you. And anyway, this one girl got very angry with me. She was much bigger than me. I'm kind of like petite. I'm 5'3", small. This girl got angry with me because I guess one of the customers was giving me money for the entire evening instead of giving it to her. And she approached me in the bathroom with the door locked. And I was thinking, oh shit, I think I might have my ass beat for this. She like, but she didn't. But she just threatened me. But I got really lucky. I actually thought I was gonna have my ass beat, but she's just a punk. She's a girl that couldn't handle I don't know. Like, I don't know. The whole situation was crazy. But you want to hear a crazy story? I was in the VIP room with the notorious Aaron Hernandez. Remember him? The one that. Anyway, I gave him a couple lap dances.
Got a name drop
That's
in
fucked
here.
up. That's a crazy story. I think I'm blushing. But yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy because like years later, I'm like watching the news. I'm like, that guy.
He's a cold heart killer.
That guy was just signed on to the New England Patriots. I gave that motherfucker a lap dance.
Jesus.
Oh my gosh. He's on the stand. He's on trial for murder. Like 2 people. Holy crap. This was in Bristol, Connecticut.
Crazy how
yeah, sorry, I hope I didn't make it awkward. But this is the story of my life.
That it is what it is.
It was a short-lived thing, but anyway.
Last night we talked about smoking crack and me snorting ecstasy. So like,
So I'm not afraid. You know, it's like, why be afraid? You know that's
we did.
I've worked lots of cool jobs. You know.
You know, that's why we invite people here. So share.
Yeah.
You know, that way the world can hear your story and it adds depth.
Yeah.
That's what people want to. That's what people want to see and hear is real. Because everybody's going to identify with something that was said tonight. You know.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Aaron Hernandez. He was not. He walked in with like 3 or 4 of his friends, and initially, like, oh, they want you, and this other girl in this VIP room. Like, lots of money tonight. I'm like, they just got signed to this so and so something. I'm like, I thought it was bullshit. I didn't even know who he was. He had just got signed on for the New England Patriots, and I was nervous. I don't know. I always had anxiety. In there. I probably smoke. I used to smoke cigarettes a lot. I quit smoking. But anyway, I go into the VIP room and he didn't seem like a nice guy. He didn't seem like a nice fellow at all. He didn't seem he had all the reasons to be happy. He had just signed on with this, what is it, $340 million. God knows how much he just got signed on for, but it was a lot of money.
Yeah.
And super fit guy, hard as a rock. And he just had this unhappy, smug, didn't seem happy at all. It's just the vibe that I got was weird. It didn't seem like.
I always kind of wondered, like, the real story. I checked out a little bit of the documentary. It seemed a little Hollywood effect, but
yeah.
What a crazy locker room that would have been in. You can't imagine how you felt learning, years later. Just wow, and come to find out, he didn't care about human life, and he could have just ripped my head off.
Yeah. Like, this guy killed people.
I don't know why he did what he did. But
me too. It's a really strange story. Really
Those are
strange.
good times. Did he end up winning a
But
Super Bowl?
wait, what?
Did he win a Super Bowl? I'm not sure if he did or not. I don't know how long he played with them. Whatever.
I don't know, to be honest.
It was short-lived, but he was off to a great start.
Yep. Okay.
And then
Season.
some quickly right in that, I think it was in that first 6 months, he like really got into some trouble. Like he was breaking rules and getting into fights, and the management, they actually tried to like, no, everything's fine, but they knew there were issues, and they
Yeah.
kind of they held on to it as long as they could until it's like, okay, yeah, you're out, you know. But they tried to cover him really. I mean, he could have done so well, but something was wrong from the beginning. Like even when he signed on to the New England Patriots, the moment I met him, he didn't seem, something wasn't right.
Yeah. Well, he went to the University of Florida, and that'll do things to you. So
Yeah, I think I see. I'm trying to remember, but his friends. I think I might have met his friend that died. He was there that night. The one that
Wow.
was it, the guy that got
something? I don't know.
Yeah, one of just looks. I just remember seeing the pictures, and he looked extremely familiar to me. Very familiar. But anyway, I don't want to bore you guys with that stuff, but
Oh no,
it's a crazy old story, and
shit. But actually, we are 2 hours in, and that is kind of when we start to wrap up.
Okay.
I think. What shills did we hit? We definitely hit the grower coalition. I know we talked about high 9.
We didn't do anything for DOS.
DOS filter. Website for merch is up. Website for the papers and the filters, not up yet. Still hit his DMs. Higher value sent you. Chiba Pet. As a matter of fact, right now, if you go right now, fuck our deal. Fuck it. Go right now to their Twitter page. Save an additional 10% from. Don't even worry about our deal. Go straight to our friends. Go to their page. Get you a 30% off Chiba Pet. You can hit their DM, say higher value sent you, just so that they know that we told you about it. But who cares? Just go save some extra money.
Yep.
All right, we got the plugs. Great, good show. Jesus,
Good show.
Moondoggy. Oh Jesus. I want to say it's Laura.
It is. Yep. Yeah.
No, I've smoked a lot of joints. That's my bad.
All good.
Thank you very much for being with
I had
us
a great
tonight.
talk.
It's always a good time
pleasure.
when we get to sit down and know somebody, kind of get a little bit more background understanding, and I feel like that's exactly what we accomplished today. Again, I want to say thank you for sharing your journey and going into that with us. That takes a lot. But let's keep fighting and sticking
Came
it
out
to
of my shell tonight.
that piece of shit, and just
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. See you guys.
Keep painting.
Thank you.
Keep painting.
Oh, hang
Your
on.
work is
If you
amazing.
can, stay in the video for just a few minutes. We're gonna have some credits roll. Hop in the post show. We gotta wait like 5 minutes for everything to finish uploading to the YouTubes and all that stuff.
All right. Drink high 9, man. Yeah.
Perfect. Great way
Take
to
us
end it.
out of here.
Good night.
Yeah, we came up from the bottom, now we top tier. Brendo and Cashman, everyone give a cheer. Higher values in the game, we're the pioneers. Speaking loud, raising high, forget all the fear. Yeah, this is the moment we let the world know. dreams that matter. Let the truth flow. Randall and Cash, man, we rise and we thrive. With higher values, we keep the vibe alive. Tune into the truth, let the wisdom arrive. In the heart of the South, watch our dreams collide. Every episode hitting like we just dropped heat. From the streets to the booth, hear the rhythm and beat. Discussions ignite, in the zone we compete. Connecting with the fan, feel that community heat. We keep it real, never play pretend. This journey of ours will never end. Randall and Cash, man, we rise and we thrive. With higher values, we keep the vibe alive. Tune into the truth, let the wisdom arrive. In the heart of the South, watch our dreams collide. Every episode hitting like we just dropped heat. From the streets to the booth, hear the rhythm and beat. Discussions ignite, in the zone we compete. Connecting with the fan, feel that community heat. We keep it real, never play pretend. This journey of ours will never end. From the mic to the world, we uplift and inspire. Thanks for riding with us, let's take it higher.
Okay, so strap in, strap on. We're getting ready to go past the moon, straight to Uranus.